Fiacco inducted into the Boxing Canada Hall of Fame Friday night in the Builder category. And we're learning a little bit more about that and congratulating him in person in studio this morning, the former mayor of the city of Regina. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, Daryl.
How did it feel?
You know, it was nice. It's certainly a nice recognition. Not everybody gets that opportunity, so you know, quite humbling. And again, it's always nice when an organization that you've put a lot of time into takes the time to recognize you for doing that.
Everybody has known that you're a big part of the boxing community in the city for a long, long time. What I didn't know is just how many things you went to internationally, including I knew 2 Olympic Games. So what in your career stands out to you as we take a look at your trophy there?
You know, I think my first Olympic Games in Athens was an absolute eye-opening experience. It's a total different level of competition. And of course, it's a multi-sport event. So you've got all of these high-end elite athletes, officials, coaches, a lot of politics involved. So it was certainly, that was an eye-opener. And in the second Olympics in London, I was the deputy technical delegate, which was in charge of the event, and that was another eye-opening event. But in all of the events that I've been to, the thing that I take out of it the most is not so much the sport, but the people that you meet in these various countries, their cultures, and then just being able to spend some time and appreciating the country that you're in, and then in many cases coming back home and kissing the earth when you land in Canada, because we're very fortunate. We
were in a very full house on Friday night at the Connexus Arts Centre for Battle of the Prairies 19, which was wonderful to see. When are we going to see a real resurgence of boxing? UFC really took a lot of the attention, the spotlight, for a number of years.
Yeah, and I think that you know, in today anyways, if you look at combat sports, boxing used to be confined to only a few countries, but it's become very international now. And a lot of the smaller countries like the Uzbekistans of the world, Uzbekistan won 5 of 7 men's gold medals in Tokyo this past.
And most people can't point it out on a map.
Exactly. So a lot because the sport now is really being dominated by a lot of the smaller countries. It's not getting the media exposure in North America, but boxing is alive and well all over the world. It's just that you're competing with many other sports.
I know you don't do a lot of this for pay. You don't do it for recognition. Why should somebody give back to a sport that they love? Maybe it's not boxing, but something else.
Well, you know, first of all, I think without amateur sport, we're going to have a lot of problems in our world. And if we look at Regina as an example, we're a small community, but our amateur sport.
It's like 300 flag football teams. I took my son on Saturday.
I drove by the field. It was fantastic. But you know, it takes volunteers for that to happen. And if you want your kids to be busy in a positive way, then I'd highly recommend, first of all, for them to get involved in sports. But as a parent or as someone that's maybe retired, if you've got extra time, volunteer to that sport, because it really needs. There's not a lot of funding out there available. In Canada, sport is funded the least out of any country in the world. And so it takes not only volunteers, but it also takes corporate funding.
And good humans like Pat Fiacco. Congratulations. Enjoy this moment, and I know you're not done yet.
I'm not, but thank you very much.